The march through the madness begins on Sunday for the West Virginia Mountaineers as we arrive at the NCAA tournament. You saw there a little bit of the flavor last night of Baton Rouge, the team dinner, some very good food and very good culture, to say the least, as we're ready to get things going here. We got our dancing shoes on. Meg Bulger, Jeff Culhane here with you at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center on WVUSports.com. And here we are, the NCAA tournament. As a player, Meg, how are the stakes different? What's the vibe like compared to everything else you go through? The Big 12 tournament a couple of weeks ago and regular season play?
Well, the energy is just much more intense. You have national media here. You're not just dealing with, the Dominion Post and Morgantown papers. The energy's high, ESPN games. So, conference championship really seems like small potatoes at this point compared to a national stage.
The 2 seed West Virginia, that's their highest seed, by the way, in program history, facing the Great Danes from Albany out of the America East Conference. Head coach Mike Carey, Big 12 Coach of the Year, had the thoughts on the tournament and the matchup at the press conference here in Baton Rouge.
Well, we're excited to be here. We know it's going to be a great tournament. Our players did a great job this year, and hopefully we can come in here and play well. But we're excited, and Albany, we know they're a great team. They won their league, won their tournament, so we give them a lot of respect, and we know it's going to be a tough game tomorrow.
So West Virginia will open up with the Great Danes of Albany, the 2-15 matchup here in Baton Rouge. And when you talk about Albany, you start with their top player, the America East Player of the Year, Sharisha Richards, 6-foot junior. Good player, can score the basketball, and she's their go-to player on the offensive end.
A very athletic forward, moves well, scores well. Asia's going to have her hands full in the paint, but I think Asia, she's up for that challenge.
Speaking of working in the paint, Megan Craig, we've seen some bigs throughout the year in Big 12 conference play. Megan Craig for Albany, 6'9" center out of New Zealand, big, physical. You're going to have a lot of people paying attention to her throughout the game on Sunday.
Oh, absolutely. Avery Fields is going to have to get ready as a much smaller forward. She's going to have to use her body a little bit more, get some head fakes going, maybe get her in foul trouble early. Would definitely be beneficial for the Mountaineers.
And one of the things that Albany prides themselves on, their defense, a 2-2-1 full court pressure defense back in to a 2-3 matchup zone in the half court. We saw some of that against TCU. It gave West Virginia fits at times. What did you notice about WVU against that 2-3 matchup zone? How do you attack that thing, and how are you successful?
Well, Jeff, first and foremost, it's pretty simple. You hit shots, and sometimes it is that simple. The guards have to be ready, spotting up on the three and hitting shots. That's going to open up paint for Asia, but they also have to attack it. You got to get in the middle, penetrate. You can't just stand around shooting. You have to make that a threat on the three-point line, but they definitely have to penetrate into those gaps of that 2-3.
That's the breakdown of Meg Bulger. I'm Jeff Culhane. 2:45 Eastern pregame. The tip's at 3 o'clock on the Mountaineer Sports Network from IMG. Listen for free right here on WVUSports.com. Of course, watch it nationally televised by ESPN. The 2 seed West Virginia, the 15 seed Albany. We're fired up, ready to get this thing going as the Mountaineers open up NCAA tournament play here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's our NCAA tournament preview here on WVUSports.com, presented by WVU Healthcare.